Hi everybody, welcome back to today's video. I'm going to show you how to create this flyer or poster design in Photoshop real quick. This is a flyer, birthday flyer actually, and I'm going to show you step by step. Let's step into Photoshop. Let's click on file. Let's go to new, and then now because this is not really going to be for print, I'm just going to click here. I'm going to set it to pixels, and I'm going to set the size to 2000. I'm going to set the height also to 2000. I'm going to leave the resolution at 300. I'm going to click on, let's just call it HBD or happy birthday flyer. I'm going to click on create, and then the first thing I am going to do is to bring in the image into the composition or the compass or the canvas. Sorry, that's a compass. So I'll go to file, I'll go to place embedded. All right, then I'm going to click on this file and I'm going to click on place, and then I'm going to drag it somewhere down here. Okay, now the other thing is that because we want everything to be really aligned well, alignment alignment is so serious. So I'm going to click here. I'll go to view and I'll go to new gas layout. I'll set it to 8, set it to 8. I click on okay. Alignment is so serious, so you can see from here it's not really in the forehead. We want it to be on the around the nose area there. That's where we want it to be. Now that we have it sorted out, let's put it in a group. Control G to put it in a group. Let's call it image. All right, so our image is sorted out. We also now want to start with the background, and the background is going to be a series of things I'm going to be doing. Guys, pay attention and learn from this one if you're not really, because you're going to create a background, all right, from almost like from scratch. All right, something like that. So I'm going to use a solid color. The color I'm going to use is 7C 5D and then 49. All right, so that's the color I'm going to be using. You can see it's almost the color of the suit or the coat. All right, and then I am going to be bringing other things into it. Now I'm going to first bring this one, and I'm going to drag it in there, or I'll click and go to place embedded, and then I'm going to paste it and I'm going to click it, and it occupies there. But I'm going to set it to overlay. All right, so overlay. Perfect. We can even leave this like that and then continue, but then I just want it to be more epic. So I'm going to go to file again and I'm going to place embedded, and I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to click on place. All right, enter. I'm also going to click on it. I'm going to set it to multiply. All right, so it's coming off nicely, but what I'm going to do now is create another layer over there. You can see I'm building upon it to create more stuff. I'm going to click on my brush. I'm going to set the caps lock off. Then I'll hold Alt and pick the background color. Nice. Then I'm going to brush there like that. Alright, I just want to brush there like that around the subject. I'm going to the blending mode. I'm going to set it to linear dodge. I love this. Okay, so you can see the entire space around there is lighted up like that. I'm going to click on the move tool, and then I'm going to move it down a bit more. Alright, so this is good. I'll give it a mask. Alright, I'll pick my brush here. I'm going to reduce the size of the brush. Then I'm going to set this color to color black and make sure I click on the mask here. Then Control H to hide the lines. I'm going to clean there to hide that. Perfect. Alright, so I think we are almost done with all this stuff. Now there's one more thing we're going to be doing to the background, but we need to proceed a little bit. I'll come back to it and show you. That is crucial, really important, because that's what's going to make a difference in the whole thing. Now I feel like I need to glow the subject a little bit because I don't play with my glows. Glows make things really realistic and epic. So I'm going to still pick the background color a little bit. Make sure caps lock is off. I'm going to click here. I'll go to the side and set it to linear dodge. Nice. I love the way it spills there like that. Okay, good. I'll create another one again. Hold Alt, lighter color there. I'm going to paste it somewhere around here, the elbow here. I'll click there, click on that. Make sure I go over here and I set it down a little bit. Okay, I just want it to look like it's, the kind of like the light sources, just peeling on the hands or something like that. Okay, so let me delete this one. What else can I do to it? I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to call it glow. We are done with the glue. Now we need to start bringing the name. I'm going to click on my text tool and I'm going to click here. I'm going to pick the name of the person, which is Gideon, and I'm going to paste it there. I'm going to paste it there. Okay, so Gideon, I don't want it to be caps, so I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to click on that as well, perhaps. All right, so what I'm also going to do is that I'm going to use the font called Imprint Shadows. Gray Imprint Shadows. I'm going to use that one. I've never used this font actually before. I'm going to set the font size to something around 86 thereabout. Okay, I'm also going to take this one off so that you can see it well. Nice. Now I'm going to give it a more darker shade of brown. You can even use black if you want to. The color code I'm going to be using is 36, or sorry, 3D 26 1B. Okay, Control H to bring the lines, Control T to make sure it is aligned. Awesome. But here is the thing, I cannot see it well. It doesn't really stand out. Okay, and if things like this don't really stand out, it causes for alarm. So I think I have to mask the subject a little bit. So I'll go back to the image. I'm going to give it a mask. I'm going to pick my brush here, the left side. I'll make sure my caps lock is off, reduce it a little bit, set it to color black here on the left side, come to the right side and click on the mask over here, and then just mask that side. And maybe perhaps I need to drag the image up a bit more. Yep. And then maybe bring that into focus. I use X to toggle between those things. Okay, so I use X to toggle between them. Now the Gideon can be seen a little bit, but there is also a catch. We need to do more stuff to it. So I will double click on it, and then I'll go to the layer styles, and I'll go to the shadow of it. Right now, the shadow, this is what I did. I set the blending modes to linear dodge. I came here and I came to pick, closer to white. I came to pick that one. The opacity is 70, the angle is 90, and then the distance 3, the spread 14, the size is 169, and then that is it. Okay, it's going to give you something like this. And then I'm going to click on T on my text tool. I'm going to type over there. I'm going to type the full name of the person, and I'm going to paste it there. But I'm not going to use the same font. The font I'm going to be using is Montserrat. And then, okay, it's not showing Montserrat. I'm going to be using Montserrat, any of the Montserrat. I'll figure the size or the style later on. But in the Montserrat, we want to use something around 13 or 12 thereabout. You also want it to be caps lock. And then you want to click on your move tool and then drag it down. Okay, from here, you can go to the tracking and you can spread it out. You can use 150 or 200 to spread it out. Control H, Control T. You also want to make sure it's in the middle of it. I think this is good. Also, guys, you can click on this to make it exactly more bolder, should I say it, or more bold. And this is great. I love this so far. I will not lie to you. I'm going to put it in a group and I'm going to call it name. But then the name also needs to get a glow. So I'm going to create another glow again. And then this time, let's just pick Alt to pick the color there. And then let's place it here. I'll set it to linear dodge. I'll click on my move tool. Alright, and I'll just drag it over there. I'm going to reduce the opacity a little bit, around 60 to 70. I'm going to be dragging it in the Control J to duplicate it. Okay, just want to create that illusion that there is some glows around the whole thing. Alright, so you can see I'm going to call it the name glow. Name glow, small letters. So we are done with that one as well. We also want to bring in the date, and the date is, I have some templates that I use often. I'm going to put it there. Or we can go to place embedded. I'm going to pick that one. I'm going to pick this one. Go. I'll drag it somewhere here. Okay, I want them to be as closer to the subject as possible. I don't want them to be spread around the whole thing. I want them closer to the subject. Okay, so that look at something. Control H, so that at least none of them will cross this boundary cross this boundary, none of them will also cross this boundary. So the last box over here and the last box over here, want to keep all the details between there. You feel me, right? You feel me, guys? You feel me? So I'm going to go to place embedded, and then I'm going to pick this one, enter. Then I'm going to move it somewhere here. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to type over there, and I'm going to pick in the date. I'll paste it there, and then the date, we are still, let's use Trajan, shouldn't we? Because why not? Trajan, right? Trajan. I'm going to use Trajan Pro regular. Yep. And then I'll click on my move to. Now over here we're going to set the settings here. I'm going to use maybe around 11 or 12 here. I'm also going to make sure the space over here is completely 0. That's the tracking. And then the space over here, if this is 11, you also want to give this side 11 as well. Okay, or you can even make it 12. Wouldn't spoil the soup. And then let's just move it somewhere there. Let's move it somewhere there. Yep. But I also want to keep it color white to make sure the contrast is high and it can't be seen. So I'm going to leave it white. Okay. I think this will do for now. Alright, so I'm going to put it in a group, and I'm going to call it date. We are done with the date. We have to bring some few stuffs over here as well. I'm going to go to place embedded. I'm going to pick this one. Alright. Yeah, that is a morph that I created some time ago. I like to use it from time to time. I'll go to place embedded again, and I'm going to pick this one. Enter. Now guys, look at something. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to hold Control down. I'll bring my mouse and then click over here on the rectangle here. Now you can see there's a dancing ants around the whole thing. That is good. Now I'll click on my move tool, and then I'll click over here. Okay guys, look at it. I'll click over here. Make sure happy is selected. I'll click over here, then I'll click over here. Alright, so Control D to deselect it. So that is also good. I'm going to put it in a group, and I'm going to call it HBD. We are almost done, but what we want to do is, I think I need to put it up a little bit. Okay, like I said, I want it to just share the same thing, or maybe we could bring it here. Could bring it here, and then maybe bring this one here a bit more. Won't spoil anything. Okay, so that is it, guys. That is it. We want to go back to the background. I told you I want to add something to the background to make it epic, right? That's what I'm going to do. I'll click over here. I'll go to place embedded, and then I'm going to pick this one, and I'll drag it in there. Enter. And then one blending mode is going to make the difference. One, I'll go there. I'm going to the linear dodge. Okay, just like that. It adds some few animated thunder or whatever it is to it. Okay, and so this is good. Control Alt Shift and then E to merge everything together. All right, so to merge everything together, Control Object. Now we want to go to camera raw filter, and we want to do some few tweaks over there, but this is not going to be the end. I'm also going to show you another thing to boost and to give it more contrast. Now the first thing is this particular one, I'm going to give the temperature over here, I'm going to give it 9. Okay, but that's just to brighten the whole stuff. And then the contrast over here, I'm going to give it 10. Okay, with that said, I'm going to leave everything almost the same. Or let's say the shadows. I think the shadows, we can do something about the shadows and the highlights. The shadows, let's make it minus 37. Okay, and then the black over here, let's make it minus 32. Great. And then let's go to sharpen here. Let's make the sharpen over here 17. And then let's go to the effects over here, the grain, let's make the grain 23. And then the vignette here, let's make the vignette here, the amount over here minus 23. Then let's click on OK. So that is it. Okay, but the last thing, guys, I want you to do is Control Alt Shift and then E again, merge everything all over again. But this time what you want to do is you want to click here and you want to set it to soft light, just like that. Everything now looks nice, composed, and interesting. So guys, if you love this video, hit the bell icon, subscribe to this channel. Remember, I keep on doing this stuff to make sure you get used to designing and you get better at it. Also guys, I'm going to be giving more resources. That's why you have to subscribe to this channel. More free resources. And guys, see you all in the next video. I love you all, guys. Peace out.